G'day everybody, how you going? It's Brad from the Headshot Guys here, back today to talk to you about formatting. So, formatting is, not a real challenge for most photographers. There's really two main styles or formats for your imagery taken from a camera, and that is horizontal format or what we call portrait mode. I call it schoolboy style. So horizontal format is obviously matches our television screens, our movie screens, our computer screens generally. So horizontal format. The portrait mode is the other style where the camera's turned sideways and it's a little bit thinner and it's longer, for use of a better word. So okay, so it's really important before you go to your headshot session that you understand exactly what type of format you need. Do you need horizontal format or do you need portrait format? So really important, because that should determine what format the photographer shoots you in, so that excuse me, when you place your images online or wherever you put them, whether they're printed or whether they're for a website or for social media, that they fit, and that the graphic designer or the website designer doesn't have to do anything tricky and weird to make sure that your images fit in the designated image space. So it's really important that you understand exactly where your images are going before you get to the photographer. So here are some examples of CinemaScape, which I like to shoot in. Like I said, this matches our computer screens generally, and for me it's more pleasing to the eye, certainly the way I shoot, with where I crop the top of people's heads off, and for me it's all about the proximity. And here are some examples of some portrait mode, or what I like I said, as I said before, schoolboy style. So obviously if you're not hampered by image spaces, then you can really choose to shoot in whatever style you like. If you have control over where your image is going to go, then again, like I said, you can choose. So I generally like to shoot in horizontal format. I think it's more pleasing as an image. It looks better. It's better for our eyes, because our eyes are next to each other as we're looking, and as we take in the information around the screen. Hence the reason why our TV screens, our movie screens, our computer screens are all in horizontal format. So it's just more pleasing to the eye. So for me, it looks better, so I tend to shoot in that style, unless someone specifically comes along and says, oh, listen, I like the portrait mode, I want my full head. So realestate.com.au is a really good example of an image space that they have created that is very limited to the style or the format of the image that can go into that space. So if you are a real estate agent and you put your profile onto realestate.com.au, then you will find that the only way to put that image on there is by having it in portrait mode. My style doesn't fit in that little circular hole that they have for the image space on that particular website. So really important to understand where your image needs to go so that you can have the correct format when you deliver it to your website designer or to your graphic designer, or whoever might be handling or manipulating your image. So I hope that helps. So the reason I talk about it, I just had to do a little mini reshoot with somebody that didn't check on the formatting that was required. And although I had shot them in portrait mode, I'd actually chopped off their shoulders. Now, the graphic designer came back and said, mate, listen, I'm sorry, but we need the full head and the full shoulders. So it just, like, I can do it. It just meant coming way back in, getting a lot more in than I normally would. But we're able to do it, but it just entailed doing a little bit of a mini reshoot. So saves a lot of hassle if you understand exactly where the images are going before you get to your headshot photographer. I hope that helps. I'm Brad from the Headshot Guys. See you next time.